Alright, welcome back, and we're at the installation part of the course where we're going to go forward with the requirements so we can do some demonstrations and you guys can take a look at the tool. What's great is VMware Player is a free application out there that's used for many different types of software, and VMware and F5 is taking advantage of that. F5 has utilized a free trial software. It's about 90 days, I believe, so you can get to test the software, see how it is, um, get a feel for it prior to purchasing it, if that's what you'd like to move forward with in a load balancer or local traffic management device. So first things first, go out to VMware Player. If you already have it, that's great. If you have VMware Workstation, I believe VMware offers a free 30-day trial of their expensive software. It's around $300, I believe. F5 again offers a 90-day trial for their software, so you can take a look at that. So VMware Player is free, and you can jump around with the F5 software for quite a while to get familiar with it and get to use it. So let me Alt Tab out here. And let's go out to F5 site, and you will come to a site like this using that link, F5.com trial. After you've registered with the site, download the link. It's going to take you through some options here. You're going to download version 10.1.0 is just fine. It gives you different options to download which F5 version you would like. I believe it defaults to 10.1.0. And you're going to want to download the virtual edition trial. So once you download that, go ahead and proceed to the next options, which is VMware. And VMware, let me bring it up here for you. Alright, so it's a little bit ahead of where I want to be, but let's go ahead and reset the VMware instance. So if you're not familiar with it, the device, you'd go to File, let me stop it here, Player, File, let's find out the options here, open a virtual machine, big IP, where you saved it, and then you're going to want to, once it's here, you're going to want to hit the play button for virtual machine. A little bit of a compatibility issue, that's fine. Okay, so it's going to boot up here. So let's take a look at basic boot up sequence, and this is what you will see if you have a console cable connected up to F5 and you have a live version of it. It's just the software booting up. So again, if you have a console cable and you have a terminal server or Cyclades out-of-bands access device that provides some kind of console access, this is what you'll see for first time when booting it up. I'm going to let it boot up here. Again, it's just checking for the file structure of the device. Alright, so it boots up to home user login screen. The default login for the F5 is a root username, and the password is going to be default. So once you have that and you're at the config screen, or the basic privilege mode of the F5, so you can perform your configurations. You can go ahead and take a look at this. We'll look at the command line structure in a little bit. Example commands always start with B's for big IP. Example blist will list out the entire configuration. And as you can see, we don't have very much in there. First thing you want to do, configure the F5. So again, with the screen here, you must add an IP address and netmask for the management port before you can use the web-based setup utility, which is what we're going to want to use. So based on your local network configurations, you want to assign this an IP that is not being used. So on my network I use 192.168. I'm on the O network, and I want to assign this address, so it's populated with 192.168.1.104. So I'm going to say yes. Alright, and we have a management IP address, so it's that easy. Let me Alt Control to break out from VMware, and that'll bring me over to my web page. So again, we're at this web page, and I want to configure this using the management IP address 192.168.1.4, and I bring it up in a web browser, HTTPS, and it's going to give me a certificate issue, which is fine because no certificates have been set up, hasn't been configured properly. So we're going to pop up here, and we're at the F5 screen. So you are now at an F5 menu screen, and this is what they look like in the real world. This is exactly what you'll get from F5 in an actual device. So if you're out there and you want to purchase an F5 off of eBay or a local traffic manager, they are expensive, ranging between $400 and $1,000. So again, this is a alternative or cheaper method to get to know the tool, get to use the tool without having to go out and buy an actual tool. So again, default passwords were admin and default, and here you are at the F5 login screen. You are at the version 10 of F5, and you're at the configuration screen. We'll cover this later on, but now that you have access, we'll move on to the basics of an F5.